things got bad for me. Like I say, I was creator of humanity in 9 races, and anyway, things got bad. Like I say, certain presidents found out that I was the namer of the president of America and basically rightful owner to their earth or a country, America, basically. So certain other groups like the Kennedy family and Nixon and some others had misused and abused power. Like I said, technically I should have been president this whole entire time, like actually living inside the White House for my lifetime, basically, or at least have access to pretty much things. So technically, Trump, who was probably also poor, would also fall underneath this category of people that wanted to hurt me. Like I said, I am like I said, I named America, I created humanity, I also invented flight and a lot of other things. And this has more to do with the fact that I actually did it when I wasn't Brian and wasn't human. Like I said, when I wasn't Brian, wasn't human, and just created humanity in 9 races, I freed my races as well, and also was basically just a ruler. Now, other groups or whatever realized this and realized that I don't know that I would stop them from taking over everything or something. I'm not exactly sure. Or maybe it had to do with the fact as Brian or Lucifer, I was supposed to be president and they wanted to be president more. And there was more of them. So Illuminati, like I said, Kennedy family, who, like I say, they didn't have any money at all, and in fact couldn't even shoe or clothe or feed their children. Didn't even have a house big enough. They had like a 3-bedroom house, and I ordered the construction of a 14-room house for each one of their children. This led to them eventually, I don't know, taking over more and more of the government, and eventually they were doing eminent domain or doing some very big abuses. Like I said, they each had a job or got a job as a busboy or whatever, and then 2 or 3 or 4 years later they were owning great big huge estates and throwing huge wild parties, calling themselves Illuminati. So anyway, massive abuses of the government and my country. Basically, they were like, "Oh, we'll just take that," you know. So anyway, and they saw me as someone in the way. Like I said, there's lots of houses out there that are actually mine. So certain groups saw me as in the way, and they thought that they could just remove me. Now, but of course, like I say, most races do eventually figure out who their creator is, regardless. You know, it might take 1 billion years, might take 100 billion years, but eventually most races are like, "Oh, you're our creator." It's like, yeah, or oh, you were instrumental in our uplifting and gaining technology. It's like, yeah. Or, oh, you were instrumental in saving all of us from dying. It's like, yeah. So eventually, 100 million years, 100 billion years, whenever, most races figure this out. So anyway, or they figured out everything, pretty much. So basically, Kennedy, Nixon, a few of the presidents, they realized that, anyway, whatever. They realized that I was in the way of their money or whatever. All they had to do was, or maybe they just didn't understand who I was. Anyway, so Kennedy tried to make me their son, and then they could put me inside of a mental institution which they had built and owned, and then they would have me lobotomized and killed. So you can still think in a coma, so I could still name America, still invent things, only I wouldn't be able to talk to anyone, and then I'd be killed. But I was eventually found out, of course, and eventually stopped from being in a coma. So they did that. Anyway, and then of course there's also keeping me from telling people. Not that it really matters because they already found out and knew and had stopped me from being in a coma and lobotomized. Because I was the long-time old creator of humanity, Lucifer. And also creator of the Constitution. Like I said, I adjusted the Constitution and created equal rights and everything. Everything that America is. That was me. Scientists love me, humanity loved me, my 9 races loved me. So anyway, but certain people wanted to have a good life and wanted their family to be rich forever and never have to work. So, and that of course got in the way. So I was in the way of them. So So they did their worst. They tried to put me in a coma, tried to have me lobotomized, tried to kill me. Have been trying to kill me my whole entire friggin' life. The last 40 years, they've tried to kill me by sniper, by nukes, by nanotechnology, by just about everything. Anyway, like I say, the future has talked to me. Borg, or I'm Lucifer Star of Starfleet, Lucifer Star of White Star Lines, inventor of flight, a very old entity and life form, and basically a pretty great one too. So anyway, it was really complicated and it really got bad, and there's a lot of people who understand or know that I am basically the leader of humanity, or God to humanity, pretty much, creator of humanity. And other people have a problem with that because they want to, I don't know. Anyway, basically they couldn't do anything about who I was or what I was, but they could lie. So, and they could try and put me in a coma and even kill me, or at least keep me frozen or in stasis or whatever for some amount of time. So anyway, they did that, and or will do that, or tried to do that, and other groups in the future stopped them. So, and my other nine races were very protective of me as well. Like I said, I was creator to insect life in 9 races, 12 actually, and from my 9 races came off over 3,000 or 700,000 other species and life forms. They say. I've seen it, in fact. They've shown me in time and space how it goes me, others, and it just kind of goes out like that. And also my technology. Plus, humanity was like, okay, we know who you are and what you are, and we're just going to make sure that you're also the leader in technology as well. So, anyway, like I say, I was reinforced by the people who did know. And other races when they tried to kill me, because like I say, it doesn't really matter that I'm old and the creator of life form, creator of humanity. I could still be killed. Any life form can be killed, corporeal or not. So anyway, somebody really wanted to kill me, or really had done enough bad things that they knew that they would die if they did not kill me, or something like that. Like I said, generally when you try and kill the creator of humanity or a race, or put him in a coma and lobotomize him, bad things are usually going to happen to you and your family. In fact, that might be why the Kennedy family was poor in the first place, was because they were going to do what they did. So, and maybe somebody else knew that. So anyway, maybe I shouldn't have helped them, I don't know. But anyway, so whatever. Just the way it is. The way it worked out. Anyway, like I said, the last 40 years, nobody knew. So, and I was actually even being kept from telling people, or even remembering myself by certain people. Like I said, some people wanted to live their life and die rich, and then let the future deal with the consequences or something. I don't know. So anyway, I knew when I was a child, and there wasn't much I could do about it. So certain people, I don't know, greed or whatever.